Okay, hi everybody. Nice to be here. Nice to see people here in Dragon Hall for poetry on a Friday night. Well, here we are, and we're going to do our thing. I'm just going to explain a little bit of what it is, and then we're going to do our sort of chuckle butters back and forth. So, what we're going to read to you, I think is probably called Some Views of the Cathedral, or that's the concept anyway. And it's entirely Rufus's idea. Rufus was on the Poetry MA up at UEA a couple of years ago, and we were having a conversation about his dissertation, I think, and he had this idea of writing a sequence of poems inspired by, I thought I'd do a show and tell. I brought the book along, 100 Views of Mount Fuji, wonderful book by Hokusai. But the idea was to do maybe 100 or fewer views of Norwich Cathedral from different angles around the city. But for reasons best known to himself, he pursued a different path. And then when Stephen gave us the invitation to do this, I said, well, why don't we have a go at that project? So that's what this is. It's not 100 views of the cathedral. I think it's 12. And Rufus has written 4 of his own original poems, and I have cheated somewhat. I've got my friend, the local poet Ron Nevitt, to write a set of verses. He's a regular contributor to the Norwich Evening News Poetry Corner. And his pamphlet is the best-selling poetry publication of the Book Hive. So here it is, and I edited it. So I'm going to read some of Ron's poems, but Rufus is going to kick us off. Hello.
Can everyone hear me from the back?
Yeah.
Good. My first poem is called Kett's Heights, which is a place on Mousehold Heath named after Robert Kett, who led an unsuccessful rebellion in about 1549. So here it is. I wait where Kett refused or couldn't see his fate for the city's progress tonight. A firmament of red-eyed cranes patrol determined circles. Streetlights without number bleed into the clouds, and there, steadfast amongst it all, a brighter beacon burns with stony permanence.
Ron's poems don't have titles, but his first one is actually another Japanese homage to a haiku by Issa, which translates as, "O snail, little by little, climb Mount Fuji." So hopefully you'll recognize the resemblance in the first poem here. To the tombland snail, a granite fountain is spire enough, a spire, a mountain. And then there's a second poem. The weathercock once hauled with pulley and rope looms low in the hawk and owl trust telescope.
The second poem is called The Mischief, which is a lively part on the Wensum, which has a surprisingly good view of the spire from its windows.
Why is it surprising? Because they don't deserve it.
Blue bottles cheers the window, rattles traffic and music, and football cheers the window. Jagged spire and jagged man stumbles and cheers to no one sees. No one sees the spire, eclipsed by flies, the spire, a relic, a fruit machine.
These are 2 other views of the cathedral from local landmarks. Between factory and puppet theatre, Piero's hat or box cutter. From Angel Road, Infants Field, toy sword on vast shield.
My next poem is called Cathedral Close. Don't think it needs much introduction. With wings alone, a pigeon has described parabolas. Clapping full tilt, it stands a moment's stay from gravity before the planet. Down on the green with her dad, the girl is taught to cycle, legs arched out like flying buttresses. She learns to fall and then recover, and will learn the art of separation now set in motion.
These two are poems about visual representations of the spire, one of which is the one that you get in the Evening News. The other refers to something that you can see if you go to the bar in the Maid's Head Hotel. So I'll just leave it at that if you're curious. The masthead of the Evening News, a poniard drawn from all our views, fashioned and varnished from plaster of Paris, lost under dust in a Norwich garage.
My last poem is from within the cathedral, in the presbytery. The word was made stone, and above us dwells, forever still, held by leone-ribbed palms. It takes the sun to shatter this facade. Light prizes pillars from their place, until I reimagine words as broken arches, as stained glass fragments littering the dust.
And these last two are views of the cathedral, one from Silver Road, which is a hill, relatively rare thing in Norfolk, and one from down on the Wensum, along the Riverside Road. Down Silver Road, the city swallows its ship, and all the small clouds follow. Plying the Wensum, the ghost of a wherry, shadows a peaked sail, passing Pool's ferry. That's it.